we are, and we must now look to right these wrongs within the most challenging of fiscal circumstances. And we as a government need to do everything within our power to harness and not hinder the educative potential of our young people. The next generation of Ireland are currently sitting in classrooms the length and breadth of our country, and our future prosperity is very dependent on them. We need to equip them with the knowledge, the capacity and the skills which will help generate jobs in key areas and get Ireland back moving and get it to the forefront of the international stage once again. Now, education is the engine that is going to drive that growth, and we have to ensure that within the constraints of the economic situation that we have to strive to achieve that. Piaget, the well-known Swiss philosopher, once said that only education is capable of saving our societies from possible collapse, whether violent or gradual. In terms of my own party's record in government and in the whole area of education, we, along with colleagues in the early 1990s, abolished third-level fees. And that was a huge move because it allowed thousands of people from less well-off backgrounds, from poor backgrounds, middle and particularly lower-income families, it allowed their children to get into universities in this country, which up until that was a huge barrier for people who had limited resources and substantially reduced incomes in comparison to those who could well afford it. The whole issue of access to education is absolutely critical, and it is and will always underpin my party's approach to education, and it will continue to inform it. We must continue to strive to provide world-class education in a system populated by people based on their academic ability and not on their financial ability. Every citizen of this state is entitled to equal access to education, training, science and technology as a crucial pathway to provide them with decent work opportunities. Strong participation levels in education are vital, so we are well positioned to compete in an international modern economy which require workers to constantly upskill, reskill and innovate. Education has traditionally been seen as the equalising force in society, and to concur with Deputy Humphrey's comments, I am sure and confident that Rory Quinn is well positioned as a minister with a strong ideological philosophy to drive those values. There are a number of positive changes already in Argo well in terms of our vision for education going forward, and that is the creation of the Forum on Patronage and also the overhaul of the student grant system announced earlier today. Now, that's an issue that is absolutely critical. It is a shambles and also uneconomic that 66 different bodies were means testing applications for third-level grants. I am still dealing with one particular grant that has been granted since last September. Now, a system that allows that situation to continue almost into the academic year of 2011 and 2012 clearly doesn't work, and an overhaul, fundamental change to that system is quite welcome. There are two more points that I wish to make, Ceann Comhairle. And I may only have time to make one of them, but in any event, the school building programme, in my view, currently is not working. There isn't a deputy in this House who couldn't point to a multiplicity of projects in their area that are hidden and nicely couched in diplomatic language about banding and design and architectural and planning. We need to proceed immediately with shovel-ready projects, because the investment in the educational infrastructure in this country will reap a benefit for years to come. The final issue of Comhairle is this: we need to ensure that people from less well-off backgrounds will not be prevented from entering third-level institutions in this country. We need to achieve cost savings, we need to look at efficiency, but we need to absolutely ensure that people from less well-off backgrounds will not be prevented from entering the third-level sector in this country. Thank you, Ceann Comhairle.